Hello, everybody. Here I am. I'll give you a minute to hop on. And what the heck is that? Oh, it's my mess. Yeah, I really don't want you to see my mess. All right. So let's have at it. I'm going to talk a little bit about astrology. I will answer questions, and I'm happy to interact with you guys. And today is Sunday, even though to me every day is Saturday. That's just the way it is. Hey, Don, nice to see you. Yeah, so I'm super stoked, super excited. I am going to close my window because it might be distracting. Of course, I have sun moon pants on. Why not? Better watch that spare tire. Staying home eating all the goodies. I really got to get outside walking my dog. Hi, Katie. I haven't seen you since work when I used to work for somebody else. All right, so let me clear the path. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. All right, so I will briefly give you a heads up on what to expect astrologically, because this week is a very significant week in the stars. There are certain planets that are coming together, and it's going to pivot some things. And so I will give you my take on it. I think we'll just go that way. And oh, dear Maria! So this week, due to certain conjunctions that are taking place, how I think it may play out is that there's gonna be continued revealing. Like that's a no-brainer no matter what. There's gonna be continued revealing of stuff that has been withheld from the public. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes right now, which is becoming more and more public, which is awesome. Like I've been saying for a long time that it's a very exciting time to be alive, and it really, really is. Really, really is. There's going to be more stuff that is coming to the surface this week, early in the week. And we're also going to find out that about the truth. Well, if I say business names, then so our privacy and I'm not sure if that's the right words. Secret microphones and like new mattresses. There's going to be a reveal this week about reality. They've been denying forever that they're not your conversations, but everybody knows gosh darn well that if you're with somebody in your household about a product or a service, and then all of a sudden the next thing you know you get an ad for that, and you didn't Google about it, you just mentioned it to somebody. I think there's going to be, well, I know, I don't have to think about it. There's definitely going to be some more uncovering of these truths. I should have gotten an Apple phone. Should have gotten an Apple computer. I think we're going to be really, really surprised at how much is. Do I look like a ghost? Maybe I need to close. It looks really yeah. Need some color. It's a little bit better. That farming, data farming, I think that's what it's called, and how our information is being sold over and over and over and over. So there's people just making millions upon millions of dollars, of course, without our knowledge and without our, well, I don't want to say without our consent, but they make it so rigorous to, okay this and okay that and okay that and check this box, that we don't realize what we're giving away because, quite honestly, who reads all of them fine print terms and conditions? So this year is going to continue to unfold as things burn closer and closer to the top of the rope. And just get some popcorn, organic popcorn. Enjoy it because stuff is going down. And it's exciting because then, you know, the good people can have a peaceful life. Pretty awesome. All right, so do you guys have any questions? I mean, because otherwise I'm gonna like keep talking. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm happy to see some familiar names and some new names too. That's pretty awesome. Thank you for joining. So it's kind of like ask me anything. If you've got a question about astrology, what's going on in the sky. If oh, are you raising your hand or is that a waving of hello? If you have a question, go ahead and type it in there. And I'll answer them as long as I see them. So I'll try to keep up. It's not like there's a million people. Hi, Gail. All right. So if you'd like to know what's going on, if you have a question for yourself or your wellness, I can easily just tap into your field and let you know what's going on. And I've even done this like over Facebook chat with somebody I'd never met before. And this was one of the early on ways that I learned kind of what I was doing, sort of, kind of. So I was chatting with this woman who was in Washington State, and I was just getting this notion that I needed to tell her that I was getting a sense that there was something behind her eye, and she eventually had it checked out, and it was like something that was about to burst, like what would be like an aneurysm kind of a something, and so ever since that point, I understand what things feel like, and I've been kind of like communicating with whatever those notions are before I like tell the person. And it's been gosh darn effective. And it's like the more stuff that I do, I'm learning because I keep continuing to learn that whatever it is that I'm doing is founded through these other teachers. So it's kind of like a confirmation and a validation about what I'm doing. Like that is valid, even, I don't know. Anyways, but that's also, if you're interested to know, how quantum healing works. So there's like you sitting there or standing there or whatever it is that you're doing over there, but there's also all possibilities, all past, present, futures of you and possibilities, the outcomes. And there's all kinds of names for that. So it's because we have free will, which version of you do you choose to like fill in? So it's kind of like if you see a cartoon in slow motion, or I always think in cartoons, but like if you see a film clip in super slow motion and you see like all the outlines, well, that's like you. Which one do you decide to color in? Am I going to choose this or am I going to choose that? And then you get the outcome of that, and then you make another choice based on that, and on and on. And so all of this builds behaviors and personalities and patterns, and that's what creates a person. That's why you are the way you are. So like I always say, today is a sum of all of your yesterdays, but you always have free will, so you're always making a choice and you're creating your new tomorrow. So nothing's written in stone because we have infinite potential. There are endless possibilities. So I find you signature in the universal field or the quantum or even the Akashic from two, and that is it's kind of the same thing, and it's all past, present, future. It's all possibilities. So I connect with the path that you've chosen, and that is your now, your present, and then I kind of backtrack it, and then I look at other possibilities may possibly be better, or I can go back in there and find like a certain situation that happened in your childhood that really triggered certain in your life today and is causing stuckness or fears. Works. Does anybody have a question here? Happy Sunday. Okay, Jenny, why do my shoulders and knees ache so much? And I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, it feels like there's like a billion ants in there. There's all these like ants, really busy ants in there, and that they're irritated. So it feels like inflammation, and it has to do with anxiety. There's some anxiety, there's tenseness and anxiety. There's also some concerns about mistrust. There's somebody that you're not sure about whether you should trust them or not. And you've kind of, so like your heart, your senses already know the answer. You're like, there's something about this person or this perhaps company or business or something, somebody who like sounds good on the surface, but you have your doubts, and your body is signaling to you, stop. No, don't trust them anymore. Come back and trust yourself because you're right. So it's what you're feeling is it's conflicting information that's showing up in your body, and the information for you is to trust what you know is true. You have all the answers and you have to trust yourself more. And you're also being called to ask, there's a female in your lineage, but I don't think it's your human lineage. There's a very wise female. This is not a human person, okay? And she has like these little horns with circles on the top. And very, very ancient wisdom. Okay. And she's kind of like one of your go-to people on a spiritual level. Okay. She's trying to get a hold of you. Okay. So just meditate on that and ask to have any cloudiness parted so that you can see clearly and make the right decision. And so you've been recently beginning to speak your truth about something, but you're not 100%. So like you're testing the waters. It's like, all right, I'm going to speak my truth and I'm going to speak kindly to myself. But there's still this little part of you that you're not so sure about, that you don't exactly love about yourself, and you're still kind of like attacking yourself over. And what if, oh my God, and what if, okay, that has to stop, because doing that is going to create more of the same. All right, so it's all of this stuff. It's your body signaling you to trust what you already know, and that somebody is giving you false front are the words that came in. And I'm also getting a spiritual confirmation, like when I get goosebumps on my goosebumps. So I hope that helped. Did that? Oh, and you also said knees, shoulders and knees. Okay, and the knees, it is because all the stuff that I just got done saying is creating, so it's having a little bit of a chain reaction almost on top of one another, is that it's causing you to not step forward. And part of it is because your own senses doesn't want you to step forward, because you've been given some misinformation, and you know it. Your whole senses know it, and they're kind of freezing you and say, wait, no. It's kind of like foreshadowing in a story, or like, you start to hear the creepy music. It's kind of like that is showing up in your knees. So this is more the presence thing. And there's also a part of you that feels that you're not being heard. Okay. You feel that you're not being heard. That's it. I've been period at the end of the sentence. So I hope that helps. Let me know if that resonates with you, and thank you very much. Okay, Michelle says, oh, you started, okay, what is the best way to open your third eye, or what am I doing wrong or should be doing? Okay, Michelle, you're buzzy. So you've got all of this, you have an expectation is what's going on, and you're not going to get anywhere when you have an expectation. You got to release that. So you have some kind of an energy blockage right here, and okay, and you've got some generational conditioning. That's what's going on in there, and it feels like a father type of an energy who's saying, you have to believe this way and don't do that, and we don't subscribe to that and don't do that. So that is like inhibiting you. It's preventing you from getting off the ground and where you need to be. So it's like, in your own heart what your truth is, and on a spiritual level, and where home is and what your belief systems are and stuff. And so when you want to go, and when I mean go, I just mean kind of get off the ground or do your meditation and prayers, that as soon as you start kind of lifting off that, this kind of like father energy saying, oh no, we don't do that. And so you're like, oh, okay. And you come back in. So the difference is that you're putting your focus into, like, you're not centered in your pineal gland, you're off to the side and up here. This pressure to perform and these expectations that it needs to be a certain way. Well, with this kind of stuff, there is no certain way. It just is. So bring your attention when you go to do your meditation. Set the intention of, please just show me what I need to know. And then make like you're going cross-eyed and you're looking at your head. Close your eyes and focus on the center of your head where your pineal gland is. It's why they call it a third eye. Okay. Your intentions, just see it opening, but it's looking up. Okay. And pretend like you're looking through that open eye, looking up. So like I'm actually seeing these purple sparkles as I'm telling you this. So you or more people who may be watching this now or in the future may actually be seeing through their third eye the way that I'm describing, because I almost could hear these kind of I don't know what it's almost like it's higher than wind chimes, but it's like a cone of purple sparkly energy is coming out of the pineal gland, and purple is the color of the crown chakra, and this is the seat of your cosmic awareness, and that is how you can communicate with your relatives on the other side, or other beings, your own spirit guides, your angels, however, whatever your belief system is, your spiritualism is, whatever it is that you label as God, you connect with it up here. Okay, you've got to open your heart, release expectations, and then just be quiet. Set your intention, bring your awareness in there, see it opening up, and then like look through that, like with your imagination, like pretend that you're looking through that eye with your eyes. Okay, you could bring your awareness up there. You can put yourself in a little elevator, go to the top of your head, open up and listen. And then and ask your questions and let me know how that goes for you. Okay, it has to do with releasing the conditioning and releasing of your expectation. Okay, does that help, Michelle? Hopefully. Okay, Michelle J, can you tap into my energy field? Well, of course I can. What is it that you want to know, though? If you've got more of a focus. Katie, I just saw yours, and there's a dog that came through, but I'm going to keep everybody in order. Michelle J, for yours, I am getting a leather strap across your mouth. So there is stuff that you're not coming to terms with about it, and it has to do with not hard luck, hard love. It is that you think you're supposed to be a certain way, but that's not like exactly how you are. There's certain, it has to do with certain belief patterns and conditioning, but you are not liberated. There's certain energies that are holding you back, and you are part of it. You've got a certain thinking pattern that is preventing you from getting forward to the next level. You're stuck and you're stressed, and then you get angry about it because you feel that you should be further, is what I'm getting. You get frustrated with yourself because you feel that it should come much easier. You feel that things are being really, really hard for you. And I'm getting called to draw a card. Yeah, I got called to do this. So I'm gonna, Michelle Jacobs, this one is for you. But one of your concerns are that you get frustrated with yourself. You get angry. So the anger, it has to do with frustrations, and then you just want to, you want to quit. You look at things like it's a giant mountain, and you're afraid to step. Like you feel that you should be way more advanced than what you are, and it causes frustration. And then Michelle Jacobs, this is still for you. Another message is fire dragon. I keep getting this fire dragon. Okay, and Michelle Jacobs, this is for you. And your fire. Step into your fire. It's owning your energy, burns up the lower energies around you, and to let you know that you're safe and protective. Be determined and inspire, and clear your soul pathway. So this is all this junk around the lower area it's just holding you down. It's like all of these tethers. It's like you're a hot air balloon basket, and there's all these people who have the little ropes. You got to cut all them ropes. So forget whatever the people around you's expectations are. If they're trying to talk you down, do not let them impact you, because they all carry weight. So all those weights are never going to let you get off the ground. All right. Thank you for your question. Okay. Katie. Oh, I probably should plug in my wire. Okay. Is the sound going in and out for you guys? Kara says she doesn't know if it's her phone, but the sound keeps going in and out. Can you guys let me know is sound going in and out? Because if it is, I'll just plug in direct cable. Oh, yay, I have some other questions. That's exciting. I am going to quality, and I want to make sure you don't lose anything that I need to say. Okay, so I love. If there's any messages from you or about my love life. So I'm getting dice. Okay, so 1 second while I plug in my computer cable, just to ensure that you guys have a good router, which I should be anyways, but I do have my organite. By the way, Lenny Ravel's energy disc, it charges your food, restructures your water. Lenny Ravel, he is on Facebook. All right, let's plug this into my router. Oh no. Improve any sound. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Katie. All right. Okay, so you have an old man coming over to help. And he's blue. All right, so let me just come back. I know things sound weird, but all right, so Katie, we have something about an adventure. There's like some hiking, um, somewhat of a mountain, but not to be an obstruction. It's not like something that's insurmountable or something like this. It has to do with adventure. Okay, so you're being explorer. Explorer came in, adventure for you, and do not stop your zest for life. Okay, so don't throw in the towel. They're actually showing me like a kitchen towel being thrown. Don't do that. Um, okay, and you're off balance. You're off. Um, yeah, you're actually pulling down. So when I do this, it's your own energy. You're pulling yourself down. There's certain things that you're feeling guilty or ashamed or unworthy about, and you're pulling your own self down. Your confidence is a little bit shaky. It's like you say and you do, but there's part of you, you're exerting energy covering up part of certain things that you don't want people to see. So that's work. That's kind of fragmentation. So the parts of you that you're not real comfortable with, you have to send love and healing to that, because you are lovable and you are a human being. So we're going to have things that are, not 100%, that we're, awesome or proud about or whatever it is, or that we don't feel good about or whatever it is. But we all have that. So send that lots of love. You can always book an energy healing to help do it for you. But you're being asked to there. Okay, so this is actually going back like in your childhood. So I am being seen that shown that there was a situation where you were humiliated. And certain things trigger this, so you're kind of on you know, you know what I'm doing here? It's kind of like you're doing the past interference. You're trying to do this while protecting so you're guarded and protected, somewhat, not real bad, but somewhat, and you're protecting your vulnerableness. So you need to be more vulnerable. That's your answer. You need to be more vulnerable, more open and honest with yourself, and then the blood's going to start rushing through again. So you're feeling a little bit on the cold side, a little bit on the not getting full flow, and that's what's going on. It's because you're kind of stifling yourself a little bit, and you're weighing yourself down. You get a little bit frustrated, and stress comes in, and then you get distracted. So come back and center, ground yourself. Make sure you stay hydrated. Drink a lot of water. It also feels like you've got something going on with the tooth. You may have something with the jaw or the tooth is going on that you have there. And that has to do with anger. So you may be clenching your jaw when you sleep, and you may be getting some tension up here. So you got to relax more. Every now and then, put your awareness into your shoulders and notice what you feel like. So then you could, like, on purpose, squeeze them in tension and then let it go. Do that like 8 to 12 times, or even keep. You're like you have anxiety or you're angry or something, just squeeze your hands. Or if you have a tennis ball or something, that's okay too. Squeeze your hands really, really tight for several seconds, and then slowly release it. And do that like 8 to 12 times. And then shake it off. You're going to feel so much better. Okay, so let me know if that resonated. And you also have a black and white dog too, who's got long legs. He's not a little dog. He's a big dog, a short-haired big dog. And Rolf, he has this bark like Rolf, and he almost like gallops. And he's showing me like the straw hat as well. And he's just letting you know that he's there. Yeah. Okay, so thank you very much. Let me know if that resonated for you. Okay, happy Sunday. Okay, Virginia says my lower back hurts 24/7. All right, so I got, this is afraid to assert yourself in the world. This is, energetically, the pelvic bone is just surprised. And this is a severe imbalance in your root chakra, and that happens when we are still forming in our mother's womb. So between that 7 years of life, our root chakra is formed, and that creates the environment so this is from your environment pumping your system with stress, with cortisol. And we're an adult and we're unhealed. We are overworked. We work 1 billion hours, and no matter how much we work, we feel it's never enough. We feel that we cannot provide. We feel that we just always feel, and we're like to the point of exhaustion, which is clearly not healthy. And then our adrenals will blow out because they're pissed off. And the root chakra affects from the hips down. So we're gonna have blowouts in hips and knees and ankles and feet. But I've got it on one side more than the other side, and it has to do with suppression, and being told that you can't get out of your own way, and I'm going to make sure that you don't do this, and you can't have that, and who do you think you are? And that there's this very strong feeling of not feeling good enough and not feeling viable. Like no matter what you do, you're not being valued, that people are not valuing you and your efforts. And there's a lot of fear in there. Actually, there's a lot of anger in there. That you're very, very imbalanced, and it's right like in the butt cheek, big time. And I feel that you may have had a little bit of severe punishment as a child, and that will absolutely do it if that never comes up for healing, and it stays in your field. That's another way that will come out. And you may feel, I fought really hard for everything I got, and I need to hang on to it because somebody might steal it or try to take it away from me. So that is also root chakra stuff, a result of an imbalance in the root chakra, which again is formed when we're kids, before we even have like consciousness. So this is not your doing, and it is fixable. So this has to do with not being able to get off the ground, with feeling almost, so the word enslaved came in, and you may have been really, really bossed around. You didn't have room to breathe. You didn't have the ability to voice your own opinion, and you got maybe just walked all over, and you were made to feel like you didn't matter. And then fear being beaten into you, that'll do it too. And that causes a lot of problems on a lot of levels. But the good news is that can be healed. So the healing the root chakra, it is releasing the tension in there and knowing that, yes, there is a seat at the table for you, and that you can trust in the universe. So also with the root chakra, that has to do with trust issues. And again, this comes from early childhood. So this is not your doing, but we can undo it and help get you on your way. So you can create, you need to become more healthily grounded and rooted, and come into your heart. So when we have this kind of violation in our lower area, in our extremities, our legs, feet, hips, wow, I forgot what I was going to say already. It has to do with being able to move forward, to step forward, to be who we are. And it's trust issues. And so it is, and then we hang on to all that energy, and there's not enough left over to make it all the way up our chakras. And so you're going to have this tension down there. So the only way to relieve it is to ease up. You got to let off the steering wheel a little bit, and come into your heart and ask what it is that you need healing with, unless you know what it is. And you don't need to like go to the person that hurt you. Just in your own space, you want to let this go. You don't want to wear it and carry it, because it will weigh you down. And if you still don't release it, it will show up in a physical ailment. So before it like lands into the body, it's in your etheric field for a long time. So we always have, the options to heal and clear it. Otherwise, we just continue to manifest it by keeping it there. Hopefully that makes sense. Thank you for your question. Oh, and you had also added sleepwalking a lot lately. Okay, so that's because you're being held down. There's things that you need to do, and you want to make them happen, and that you're feeling kind of suffocated. You need to open your heart. Okay, it's trust and violation issues is what I'm being told. Okay, Gail, can you give me any message or guidance about my Libra friend? I would need like a name, a condition, what the issue. If it's a really close friend, Gail, then Porch a Crooked Foundation. So what I am foundation, which again is a root chakra, and for the friend, very, very scarcity, because they just didn't have, has passed. People is share of yourself. Don't give yourself away, because Libras will give, and they never take time out for themselves. And guess what? They're going to end up with what? Breast cancer, because they've given everything away, and they've not allowed themselves to be in good repair, be in good health. It's just like on an airplane, you got to put your own mask on first. So Libras are notorious for just giving, and never allowing themselves to receive. So you tell your friend her receiver's broken and she needs to be able to allow other people to help. And I mentioned this in a video from just the other day about, you know how great it feels when you help somebody? Well, don't deny that for somebody else. When somebody wants to help you, even though, you know, we might be control freaks and we know what we know, and if somebody else helps us, they might not do it the way that we want them to, but if we say no, then we're cutting that off. We're cutting them off. And that's a disservice, really. So if somebody wants to help you, allow for it. Because otherwise, you're breaking that down. You're breaking that. You're breaking that lovely give and take. Yeah, infinity. It's give and take, ebb and flow. So as I give, I also need to allow myself to receive. So it works both ways, see? Now, if you want to give and I put my wall up, now I've kind of hurt you and I've hogged more giving for me and ownership. See the difference? So I don't want to leave that energy, so I'm going to restore the flow because you feel this. This does impact you. All right, I hope that helped. Oh, hi, Misty. You're welcome. Thank you. You stay healthy too, Becky. Happy birthday again. I love seeing all your gifts. Rachel, throat, side of the throat. Yes. Rachel says, do you get or feel any message for me at this time? Okay, Rachel. Yeah, you are tense. Oh my God. So this whole area, actually into the side, very, very tense. Like it's tense. You're impatient, and it feels like there's somebody else that you're waiting on to do something, which is going to trigger or allow for you to do what it is that you want to do. So you're on hold because there's somebody, it's almost like you have a trap set, or you're waiting for somebody to set this thing into motion. So there's somebody there, you're kind of waiting, and once they do what they do, then you can do what you need to do. Well, since that hasn't been able to happen, it's built up a great, enormous amount of tension. And you are a bundle of nerves, very, very tight. And you are just talking in circles to yourself because you're angry and you don't have a safe person to vent to, is what I'm being told. There's frustrations and there's sorrow. Now, some of this is triggering stuff from childhood, of being spoken over or spoken down to, feeling belittled or degraded are the two words that came in. So you don't want to put yourself out there too much, because if there's opposition or conflict, it's going to trigger you and send you back to that feeling of not being able to say anything and feeling small. Okay, so, oh my goodness. So somebody came through and said, grow a spine. That did not come from me, but that's what, yeah. I have to say what I'm being given. But so you know what that means, and apparently you know who it came from as well. But so they're also showing me a luggage bag. Okay, so you may need to leave the situation. You may need to about face, pivot, and do your own thing. But it's time that you choose yourself. Yep, because there's other generations before you, and there's been a patterning going on. And this is so there's a stage, you're on the stage, and it's up to you. You have to make the decision to choose yourself and not wait for other people. Okay, so whatever is meant to be, and you have to do what is right in your own heart, to live in your own truth, your own balance, and your own honesty. And the right people will come into your life, but you also have to release what is not serving you in your life. All right, so hopefully that helped, and thank you for your question. I would love to hear a message. Tammy, it looks like you're getting a box, you know, like a typical box that you lift with you gifts, presents, and like a seal. So this, I can't think. I would ask you to look up, and I got a validation. So look up spiritual meaning of seal, you know, or spiritual meaning of a seal. Okay, and that there is your message. And you're also about to go through this archway. It might be somebody's getting married. I'm seeing this beautiful, like a wedding archway. Um, yeah, so you know who that is, and they're also sending a bluebird. So there you have a couple, a man and a woman, and they're kind of like from heaven, and they're like lowering their hand, and a bluebird flies down towards you. Also look up spiritual meaning of bluebird. Okay, so I hope that that helps, Tammy, and thank you. Let me know if that's applicable. Okay, Jolene. Yesterday I heard my mom's name Sylvia while watching two different shows, and I seen her birthday too. I wonder if she has a message for me. Well, you kind of answered your own question, Jolene, because if you heard her name while watching two different shows, okay, so she's trying to reach you, she's trying to connect with you, and then you saw her birthday. So she is yeah, and here she is. So she is trying to get your attention. So you need to carve some time out alone and go into meditation. Okay, clear your mind. Do that little thing that I talked about. Bring your awareness into your third eye, and then see like this purple cone open up of light. And then use your physical eyes and pretend like you're looking through your third eye up through this cone. There she is. Okay, Jolene, she is showing you going away, and it's to the left. So to the left is past. She's showing me you with sunglasses and a briefcase, suitcase, and you are stepping left, very firmly, very boldly. Like there's no sadness, there's no nothing. And there's stuff, okay, so two things. There's stuff that needs to be cleared out. Okay, it means the same. There's stuff that needs to be cleared out, and there's stuff that needs to be let go. And there's also something that is in a drawer that holds a negative connotation. It's either gray or brown. It's kind of like dirty energy. And if you have gotten a souvenir or something and you've noticed the energy has changed since you've gotten it, please get rid of it. You could bury it in the earth. It just feels like a yucky gift, or like if somebody gave you something and it was like a spying device or it's something. It feels like there's been a gift that was like not a kind gift, kind of like a mean gift or something like this, and that it's invited this negative kind of energy. Make sure that you don't have smart meters on the side of the wall where your beds are too. It feels like there's some kind of interference going on with your intuition. There's this kind of I'm seeing a meter. So if you see if your meters are on the other side of the wall where you sleep, and if that's the case, if possible, move your bed to the opposite side of the house, or get some of those organite pyramids, because those will help big time. It feels like you've got some pressure in the side of your head going on there, and it expands, and that there's inflammation there, and it really throws you off. And when that happens, it feels like there's like this other person that's kind of like casting a fishing pole, like they're trying to keep you distracted. And that's definitely not nice either. Okay, so do your meditation. Envision all of your blood vessels being lit up with brilliant bright white. Okay, and then expand it, turn up the bandwidth so it gets even bigger. Okay, because you got to keep your energy clean. You're very empathic and permeable. So we really need your boundaries to get good and tough. Um, yeah, because it feels like people could read your energy and almost kind of like put an implant in your energy. And I don't like what it feels like. Um, this energy has to get out. It's like all in the side of your head here. And it's like, ow, but it like hurts too much to even say anything. Okay, so do your stuff to talk to your mom. Actually, this might be like a grandmother, like slacks, like red slacks. And there's a little kind of like a foo-foo dog, not the kind with the big fluffy face. The white dog is there with this woman who is like a great person, is not your mom. Um, she may have used to call you Angel. Some baby blue, and no, she knows. So I'm asking. No, she knows what that means, and you're going to be fine. But you have to do what you have to do. Okay. All right. Hopefully that helped, and thank you very much. You're welcome. Awesome. Spot on. I love to hear it. Thank you. Good. Good. Oh, the sound is cutting in and out. Did it stop? Because now I've plugged into the router directly. So is the sound good now? I hope. I can't tell the time that you made these comments. Is the sound better? I hope. Because I am plugged in directly now. Okay, dear Maria, I will let you pick the message I need if that's okay. Dear Maria, France. Don't know what that means, but I see France. I see London, I see France. No, France, something to do with France. Okay, and it feels that there are times that you've closed down on your heart and you've gotten down on yourself. Excuse me. Oh, that's nice, the empty bottle. Oh well. Oh well. Um, yeah, Maria. Yeah, France. Something to do with France. Okay, it feels that you've recently emptied yourself for whatever the heck that means. They're showing me you as like a white shell. Um, you may feel misdirected or misguided, or you may have feelings of being isolated and disconnected. And for some reason, you're looking to the past. You're looking to the past, like you're looking at your butt. I don't know why you're looking at your butt, um, but also to the past. All right, so there's drawers that need to be emptied. There's drawers that there's dark files in these drawers. There are old bad memories. Burn them if it's okay, if you can legally do it. um, there's certain bad memories. Okay, so I'm getting like ash, like smoky ash. Um, get rid of what needs getting rid of. There is certain energies that things hold on to. Um, you got to get it out of your space. I do not have to end yet, so we're still good there. Okay, you need to love yourself more. Good, because you recently had a refocus on something. It's almost like you have a new, I have my eye on the prize, and whatever that is, whatever that prize is something that's new and enlightened. So it feels like I'm seeing a rose, the flower of rose, and you've recently, like, you're smiling. You've got such a beautiful smile, and I'm even saying that like from me, because you do have a very beautiful smile. Um, it feels like you've made some recent connections with the women lineage in your life, spiritually though. And there's been okay, so it feels like you may have picked up a craft or something that maybe your grandma did, like crocheting or something like this, or needle point, some kind of stitching, um, and that she smiles. You're doing something that, yeah, that's it. You're doing something that women before you have done somewhere in there, and you're very similar or spit an image of one of them, and it gives them great, great joy. Great joy. Oh my God. Like, your smile is like $1,000,000. Like, yeah, very, very beautiful. Yeah, whatever it is that you're doing, good girl. You got yourself back on track. Okay, stay facing forward. Keep doing what it is. Continue to open your heart. Continue to work on not being so guarded and harmony with yourself. And you've got some spiritual realm. All right, let's see. Kara, do you have any advice for finding your soul purpose? Yes, get your astrology chart done. That it tells you that. You can get your hands on the time that to get an accurate chart, you need the time and place you were born, and I can tell you within minutes what what your most recent past life was, what gifts you bring in, uh, not so good habits that you bring in from your most recent past life, kind of like where you left off, what you signed up for, what your purpose, what areas of your life are going to be the most strong for you in this lifetime. All of that stuff. Everybody should get their birth chart done. And this isn't like in the news, not your little, no, this is very, very, I call it soul astrology, but it explains everything. And even though, like, I'm really good at what I do, I don't charge those kinds of prices because I like to price myself so that somebody like me can afford it. So you can find all of that stuff on my website, but I do, well, if it's on a timeline, it's $89 for an hour, but I do a full-on package for, like, I think it's $150. And you get it all in writing, so you get it in your email, so you get to keep it always. So, and I just took like 2 8-hour or 2 4-hour courses on, like, even more specific stuff. So if you want to know, like, when's the best time I should move, or when should I get married, or when should I file for divorce, I just took all these classes to get that. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Woo, okay. Thank you. I've got to click on something because I clicked on something. Okay, so Kara, let me see what I get for you. You actually have something stuck in you from a last incarnation with somebody else. And it looks like it's not a dagger, but it's like a sword. So it has a circle at the top. Um, and it's kind of like pewter or like lead metal or something like that. And it's right above your pelvic bone. So if you have stiffness in this area, it's from a previous battle is what I'm being shown. And that has not come in for healing. So there was absolutely some kind of a battle that you have with somebody who you may have incarnated with before, whom today might possibly be a brother. and there was some physical damage. I mean, you may have been taken out this way, but this is still wedged in your auric field. Um, it's causing tenseness, and maybe, oh, what's this called? It starts with an S, sciatica. You may have something like that going on, but it's because of this thing is wedged in your field there. And we just need to pull it out. And I mean, an energy healing will do that. And then you also have something going on with the side of the tongue. Something's going on in the side of the face here. I'm not sure what that is. You may not have confidence to say what it needs saying. You may need to work on your confidence more so you can lay down some laws. Yeah, there's just a little bit of imbalance going on there from conflicting parental situations. Yeah, so hopefully that helps. And thank you. All right. Hey, Sandy. Anything for me? Okay, let's see. What do we have for Miss Sandy today? Oh, you're doing good. So you are planning. So you've got all this stuff going on in your mind. There's like this, you have leveled off the playing field is the way that it's being shown to me. You've cleared whatever all this crap was there, that's cleared now. And you have clear vision in your mind. And yeah, I got a big confirmation on that. Um, wow, wow. So I'm seeing now your higher self is saying, you're putting your chess pieces down and you're pointing to yourself. You put you're moving these chess pieces. You're in control. You're making your move strategically. You know where things are at. How awesome. What else though? Okay, so you've got very beautiful eyes. They're being like crystal blue, if that is even a color. But what I'm being shown is that there's a little something there, almost like a two-way mirror, that you don't want to see. So even though you're doing all of awesome, keep going. Don't stop. Don't think that you know more. So keep learning, keep researching, keep choosing, and you've limited the way that you give of yourself, which is awesome. Continue to do that because you've stopped kind of like bleeding. You're taking you can do what it is that you need to do. Therefore, you're very, very field here. There's this whole clean air over that. So no, you will not let anybody penetrate that. So um, you also have somebody who is not a very good influence, who's kind of like in your ear, but it's through parental or down the stream. You're still very sensitive to things that are said, where it still ripples, but you're becoming so much stronger where it doesn't get as deep as it used to. So good for you. That is awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a beautiful job. Sweet. Thank you. All right. Hey, Megan. Oh, Tammy, your message cut out the whole time. Watch the replay. You're welcome. Oh, my goodness. Okay. So now I can't, I gotta go back and see. Okay, do we have any other questions? I do pass an hour, but I don't care. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Did I skip? No, I didn't. I got Kara, Katie, Gail, Sandy. You're welcome. Tammy, that is just crazy. Why? I could hear everyone else's messages. Mine cut out the entire time except for the bluebird. So when I end this, you'll have to watch the, yeah, watch it. Right. No. What are you saying no to? Misty, my hips are still bothering me all the time. That has to do with moving forward and root chakra stuff. It has to do with your own, like we have a divine feminine, divine masculine, or sacred masculine, whatever you want to call it. We need and have all of these energies. It means you need to beef up your divine masculine. So it's asserting yourself, it's moving forward, it's taking control of your life, it's doing the things that you want to do, it's claiming your independence, and it's overcoming. It's overcoming fears that have been placed in you from males in your life, from or not necessarily males in your life, but people who exerted that kind of like fatherly energy in a negative sense. So like if you had a very kind of like a condescending mother or like a very overbearing father, it's that kind of an energy, an overbearing kind of an energy that you still need to break through. So your higher self is like, but I am, and I am. And you are, and you will continue to do so, but you're getting frustrated because it's not moving fast enough for you. And the other part is you're just wishing that like this wonderful energy would just come and sweep you off your feet and take care of it for you. You're researching and you're learning, but you're not sure exactly how to apply it, and that's where things are getting sticky for you. So you might like get kind of frustrated because you're not sure how to apply the knowledge, and that's completely understandable. But let me see, there's something out you so there's in your energy, there's somebody who's overshadowing your energy. It's almost like you're a double, and this other person doesn't want me to see your energy. It's almost like they're blocking me from you. But I don't let that happen, so I just have to go up a couple of notches to see what's going on. And yeah, so I'm getting somebody's being very overprotective of you, and that you're not able to breathe. Um, you need to be able to breathe. And until you're looking, you're telling me that you're looking for your own path, and you're showing me a whole story here. It's like you're running around, you're trying to get this path going on, you're trying to get things into order, but there's certain things that cannot be dislodged at this time, and you're hanging on to it dearly. I understand, and I understand. But at the time you're answering your own question. You asked the question, but you're also answering. It have to do with being able to move. It has to do with asserting yourself, moving forward, courage, in control of your own stuff, and living kind of in a coherent state involved for you that are distractions. Was shown this particular uh, pelvic bone at the top of your hips. flush is you need this flush because there's it's kind of like things are breaking off and getting in the way. It's like if you have like a like a pipe and stuff breaks off in the or the pipes get gook in there. It's like there's these broken pieces of sediment in your pipes, but those pipes are like the channels. This is not physical. The channels from the hips to the feet, there's stuff in there. So what I just did is I put like clean liquid light or something in there and then flushed it. So let me know if you felt that, and let me know how you are going forward. And then you might want to do a follow-up with me. I'm only doing remote sessions now because of the whole thing, but they're just as effective. You also have something going on with the top of your left foot. Left is divine feminine. It's being able to love yourself. You need to be able to take time out. Hopefully that helped. Oh, thank you, Don. Oh, good. I'm glad you bought Lenny's Pyramids, Jolene. Awesome. Did you tell her that I sent you? Okay. Okay, great. Early in the week when you did the root chakra energy clearing, I haven't been in pain since. Woo! That's awesome! That's awesome! Woo! That's awesome. Thank you, thank you. Hello, hello, hello. I'm afraid to ask. Well, you went ahead and did it, so let's see. Megan Nicole says, I'm afraid to ask if I have any messages. All righty. Let me see what we have for you. So there's a dog in a box. I wonder if you're getting a new dog, possibly. Actually, there's a box, and then there's a dog behind the box. The box doesn't look like a present. It looks like a plain box. So what the heck is this? So all right. So I'm getting a bunch of stuff. So the words that came in says empty apartment, and I wonder. The last time I saw this had to do with somebody's childhood home that got knocked down. Um, Let me look at your name again. Megan Nicole. There's a certain element of, I don't know if this is the right word, desolate, empty. There's loss. Okay, this is family or maybe bad childhood memories and the old home, which nobody lives in anymore. That's the kind of feeling that I'm getting for you. Okay, and that you are still working with trying to pick up the pieces and make something of yourself. It feels that you have this hole where you have what you're showing me is that you're incomplete, and the hole like is your whole midsection here, and it feels like burned, like you've gone through some really nasty things, and you were really hurt. You may have been deceit, crossed, double crossed, lied to, betrayed, something like this, but it was very, very deep. There may have been some nasty secrets in the home. Look at your name again. There's certain people in the maternal lineage. There was a lot of suppression and the lack of ability to speak up. And with you, they're showing me these little white, tiny little white flowers on the throat. That generation where yours are almost like me. You only let a little bit out to see how that works, and you don't want to let the whole. Um, it feels Hi, baby. That was Patrick John. Megan, it feels like you have somebody who and he is identifying person working really hard, the apple of his eye. He almost like whispers when he talks. And he's like, oh, you don't understand how much I love her, is what he's saying. He saw something magical in you that others didn't see. And that sometimes you just wish that he could be here again, and that you've asked him for signs and he sends you signs. And the colors have to do with like wheat or yellow. Okay, so more yellows coming through. So for you, he's showing me canary. Um, I don't know if you sing, but a canary. So if this is drawing a blank for you, I want you to look up spiritual meaning of canary, because that's what, so like there's him, he's talking kind of to me, but through me, and then there's you, and his hand comes out between me and you, and there's a yellow canary on it. Okay, so he's equivalating you to a canary, and it's not up to me to interpret it. And now here comes something else. Something rose, desert. No, it's not desert rose. I don't know what it is, but it just jumped out of nowhere as I'm speaking to you. Maybe it was desert. It's something rose. I don't know. Okay, so I think I will leave you with that, and I hope that it was applicable. Um, yeah, I'm going to leave you with that, and thank you very much. All right, let's see. Thank you. Linda, any ideas about the pain under my ribs on the left side? Yeah, that's lack of self-acceptance and playing small. That's fear. It's being constricted that you can't even breathe. It is that there's not enough air for your own self because you're worried about everyone else having enough air. There's self-sacrifice in there. Um, and that you feel that that's okay. You feel justified in giving so much of yourself until there's nothing left. And we all know that that's not the way to live, because that is where we started talking about like Libra energy. It's just give, 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 and there's nothing left for you. So that's never going to be okay, because everything is about balance. Everything is about balance. So you have to allow yourself to receive help. And I understand that you want to make good use of your time. You want to see your time well spent, is what you're telling me. That you want to give because you put so much value into giving. But um, a lot of us were trained that receiving makes us weak. So it is important that you allow yourself. You see, as soon as I say that, you kind of put up this wall, and then you show me kind of like limping or hobbling. And I'm hearing like wooden sounds. Um, and I'm getting a little bit of I don't want to hear it in the left ear. You have to allow yourself to practice self-care and self-love. You've got to treat yourself. Treat yourself. That's the message. You have to treat yourself. There's nothing to feel guilty about. There is somebody in your life that says very hurtful things, and I understand because of the title of who that person is, it's very, very deep. You have to understand that people make their own choices, and believe it or not, it doesn't have anything to do with you. It has to do with their own reflection of themselves. And the best you can do is send love, is the best that you can do. But gosh darn it, do not bleed yourself dry and don't give yourself away. And then make sure you practice breathing. Fill up the bottom third of your lungs, okay? And then breathe all the way in and then hold it for several seconds. It actually feels really good. And allow the bottom third of your lungs to just expand before you let it out. It really, really helps. Okay, so not literally, but in your world, there are people that poison the air. Okay, and then the other thing is root chakra, which is the bones, the skeletal system, and Saturn. So let's make sure you don't have any Saturn activity being activated in your chart too. That can help let you know when it's going to let up. So I'm actually getting some little jabs right here. So it's not the Saturn stuff. It has to do with being able to use your full breath for yourself. You need it all so you can be well, balanced, and healthy. And you got to stop worrying about everybody else and crafting. Um, if you're not, then give things you could do with your hand, crystal things or something. Aaron, I think you skipped mine. Oh, let me go back and see. Aaron, let me find. Aaron. I missed something from you, Aaron. Can you just retype it? Because I you. I definitely didn't like omit you on purpose. I apologize. I'm re-looking. Tammy, Maria, Cara. Let's see, Tammy. And, Michelle. And then, thank you, Maria. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad you need to hear everyone else's messages too. Thank you for the hearts. Okay, Aaron, please retype what it is because I scrolled all the way up and down and I don't see it. Okay, Jessica, Suzy Woo, that's me. Anything coming through for me? Looking for validation about the mission, what the mission is for this week. What the heck is, you see some energy? Did you see some energy over there? It's getting dark. I need to turn on the light. Let me turn on the light. You. All right. Jessica, let me reread that. Anything coming through for me looking for validation about what the mission is for this week? Okay, Jessica. What the mission is for this week. Something's on the back of your tongue. The like the back of your tongue. You've got something there. You are ready to there's something there that you are just ready to exclaim and let it out. It's information that you've been sitting on. Salt is the word, salt or salty. Yeah, I don't know exactly what that means, but they're making me say salt or salty. And there's something on your mind that you've been waiting to vent, and you're going to probably be letting it out possibly Thursday. There's showing me Thursday. And something's going on with your eye. Are you getting maybe some eye twitches or you have eye strain? Maybe you need to get an eye exam. So it's really on the right side, though. There's something, maybe it feels like there's tension or some strain in your right eye. And do you get allergies? Because I'm getting a little tickle on the top back of your nose. It might have to do with sinuses. Nope, they're telling me allergies. Like, hit you. That there's some allergies. So you may have some pressure going on there this week that might be kicking up for you. And there's going to be some kind of a knowledge breakthrough, a spiritual knowledge connection that you've been waiting for a while. You're going to be getting some validations for some stuff. And there's certain people who they're not exactly direct with you. Like they speak your language, but they're not exactly your friend, let's say. And there's a relationship it just doesn't feel comfortable. It feels a little like there's some holes in it, like it's not 100% truthful. And but the relationship, it's like a coral with a lot of holes. And but they know how to speak your language. So please be mindful with how much you reveal or share or trust sensitive information with. I'm getting a tingling in my left hand here. Jessica, you've got some powerful stuff going on. Stay with it. And you are receiving a lot of healing energy right now. And this is feminine healing energy, which has to do with self-care, self-love, and repair. It has to do with, it feels like you're coming home to yourself, and that it feels good, like it's a nice soft landing. And some really, this is going to be a good week for you. Something's going to come to a head. And by the time you get this out, now it might not all be to the targeted person, but you may get it out in writing or in creating, painting, or just shouting it to nobody, but at least getting it out. Very, very important. And I'm also seeing like some tally marks that you're kind of knocking it off. Like this isn't even important to me anymore. I'm over this. I'm so beyond. You're stopping. Can't speak to a kindergarten. Because no matter what you do, you might be trying to encourage. You just can't. You can't wake up for them. Yeah, you're doing really good. I love you've got some new pastel energy coming in. Uh, and you with more divine information. So keep it up. All right, thank you. Hey, Don, I'm trying to find a home for a 2-year-old cat that hangs around my house. How do I succeed? Okay. There's a group of people you're going to be talking to who will take the cat. It's immediately what I got. And you have to just stop opening yourself up. The more open you are to accept whatever it is you're open for, the universe is going to keep on sending you until you say, this isn't what I want to do anymore. And but you're so nurturing and caring and kind and loving. It's like what I'm seeing is like this big like hotel, like this big beautiful hotel for all of these animals. And you take care of them, and you provide for them, and you nurture and you care. But at the same time, you're in a rebuilding phase of your own self, because it's kind of like this stick of dynamite went off on this like Sesame Street brick wall. And you know, like where the Muppets used to hang out at the brick wall, like that blew up. And now you've got this nice time now that you can choose what bricks you want, or what wood, or whatever it is that you're rebuilding your own framework of how it is you want to live your life going forward. And to keep on taking on strays is no longer conducive to your new direction. Post it on some Facebook groups. There might possibly be a meetup group. Use the Facebook groups. There's a lot of them. And it feels like there's going to be a guy who will take this cat off your hands. who has one and maybe one just perished, and so it's replacing another one so that there's two again. Share it. The more you can share it, the easier it is that you'll find the right person, because people connect with their pets. All right, think you're done. Oh, good, good. You were right on. Awesome. Many messages were right on for me. Thank you, dear Maria. Jen, hiya. Things have been rough for a while. Any messages to help me get through this next rough patch? Thank you. Jen, you've got a bear, but it's like a teddy bear. So I'm seeing like the head of a teddy bear. You're feeling a little bit alone right now. Like you need to snuggle your teddy bear. You're feeling a little bit, it's almost like abandoned is the word. Like very distant from like people who had good advice. Like you're feeling kind of a little isolated and very distant from trustworthy people who helped you to be comfortable, who helped your comfort level. It feels like that was taken away from you, and it's almost like feeling of being in an attic by yourself is the feeling that I'm getting. I'm going to pull a card for you, not that one from here. And then hopefully, Era, you retyped your message. I'm going to scroll down to see if you're there. Obviously, I've gone past an hour, but that's okay. I'm having fun. You're having fun, right? And hopefully the sound stopped cutting out. And that was more than one jumper, so I'm not going to look at them all. So this is for Jen, because what I'm getting for you, there's a lack of structure in your life. It feels very like the framework. It feels frail, is what it feels like, and that you're feeling unsupported. That's what it is, and you're really looking for some helping hands, and you're not sure who to trust right now. And it also feels that you've said stuff to somebody who did not who violated your trust, and that you doubt yourself and you second guess yourself, like the throat chakra is undercharged. You don't always trust, and you definitely don't speak kindly to yourself, and that sometimes you just wish, hell, God, take me away. Sometimes you wish you could just be kind of like rescued. You need a sense of empowerment. So now I'm seeing like the face of a bison. So look up spiritual meaning of bison. Okay, that's for you. So better times are ahead. But okay, if you are a spiritual person, pray and meditate. That's what I'm seeing about this. I'm also feeling like it recently had a loss in your life where you have some grief. Loss is what it feels like. You're really missing somebody. You really, boy, rhino head there. Okay, so rhinoceros, that's what I had said was bison, and also messages and symbols for you. Just look up spiritual meaning of, okay? And then and also taking the reins. Okay, you're going to be taking the reins, because when there's, I forget how that saying goes, but when there's no one else you can count on, you got to count on yourself. It's kind of like that. So you're going to be called to count on yourself, and you're going to be rebuilding your life and your world. And then now also as you do that, that there's going to be some other people who kind of come out of the woodwork and they're like, oh, what are you doing there? Or like, can I have some of your happy life? And you have to say no, because you were not there to help me when I needed you. And I see your true colors. And so no. So you're going to have to learn how to say no to certain people. I'm still going to draw a card anyways, even though we already got it. Spiritual union. So this is the card I got for Jen. Spiritual union. And this is John Holland's Psychic Tarot deck. Spiritual union. Okay. So there, this may have been actually, I don't want to put any reading into that at all. I'm going to leave you with that because that's for you. Yeah. Okay. All righty. Thank you very much. I'm going to look for Aaron now. Thank you, Misty. Cool. Spot on as usual. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry it's breaking up. Got garbage blowing up the street. All right, I need to find Aaron. Here you are. I asked about my energy. I feel something is blocked. Just wondering if anything came up for that. Okay, you've got a bunch of stuff in the front of your head. Um, Aaron Lynn. Okay, you've got a dog with you. Dog jumping on your lap. Eternity, the number 8. You have that. Um, you have some beautiful angel energy with you. All right, and you're not able to see the forest for the trees. So they're showing me this box, and it's almost like a frame, and you put your or a box. You put your head in this box, and then you wonder why you can't see outside of it. So that has to do with the way you think it's supposed to be, what you think you're supposed to be seeing or experiencing. And this is also, there's something about not standing in your power. You're giving the expectations to external stuff. So I read it's supposed to be that way, or it's supposed to be that way, and that's not how things work. You actually have to come down in your heart and open it up and look through there. See what feels right for you. So the blockage for you, you're right about the blockage, and it's in the front, the very, very front of your forehead. That's what's there. And it's because you're thinking, like you're a thinker. You overanalyze things. You're thinking all the time. And you can't get out of your own way. So you might get analysis paralysis. That's a thing, right? So that might be what you get. Okay, it also feels that you sometimes get these earaches too, and some tension in the head. What else do we have here? So I also got that you're kind of like suffocating yourself. I don't know why, but you're not allowing yourself to speak your piece. You have grand spiritual energies all around you. Like they're showing me this kind of like crown sort of feel. It's almost like there's like a snake head with a crown. Not sure exactly what it is. It's a little hard. It's like a cobra head. It's not bad, whatever it is. Um, it's like a turban. Um, you've got a lot. You have this ancient energy going on. Like you are an old soul. You go way back. Um, I'm seeing a lot of reds. Too. Something happened. It feels like somebody trained you, and you line or lineage. Access to the riches, no access. That could be that. There's something going on with the neck. It's almost like an accordion, your neck. And protecting secrets, or that you're not speaking kindly to yourself. Maybe not standing on your truth, not saying what needs to be said, or not speaking kindly to yourself, or maybe all of those. But that's the throat chakra. So you've got to work on your throat chakra. So talk out loud, sing out loud, get that throat working, get it moving, say stuff. Singing out loud is really good for the throat chakra. And there's old belief patterns that are in there. So you've got a little bit of guarding going on. You're protective. You're not allowing yourself to be vulnerable. There's also somebody that you're not forgiving. There's this energy that weighs on top of your heart. And you're like, I'll never forget what they did to me. So that has to go away because there's no room for that. And you're carrying it. So to get that out of your field will free that area up so that more light can come in. Yeah, it's like you're not forgetting the people who wronged you and crossed you, and you're keeping track. Let it all go. Let it all go. Just get so that it's not in your field anymore. Cool. All right, good. I'm told that helps. So hopefully it did. Hopefully that made some sense. And let's see. I'll take one or two more. Erica. Make sure I didn't forget any. Oh, wait, I did. Okay, Megan, good. I got you. Deanna. Any messages for my son? Worried he'll need surgery. I'm seeing. What I'm getting, it's like it has to do with kidneys or urine, or there's something. I'm seeing like a paper clip and the hip and the thigh area. Something is weak in this area, and there's like a almost like a crutch but not literally a crutch. A support is needed in this hip area. There's a hole. There's energetically. There's a gap. There's a break in the energy there. This has to do with fear and flow, energy flow, being able to. It's actually radiating a little bit more. I'm getting something in my thumb, and with the thumb in Ayurvedic medicine, that has to do with the head not being able to move forward, lack of confidence, not believing in oneself, not having room to breathe, not feeling validated, which also has to do with fear. It feels like it has to do with its flow. There's some kind of a paralysis going on with energy flow, and for hip, kidney, bladder, that area, and that is being told very slanted information. So I don't know. You didn't mention what his condition is. I'm now getting numb in the back of my left calf. So this has to do with support for oneself, um, fear of letting go, fear of independence. So you might want to check with some holistic practitioners Let me know if that resonated. Am I in the right area of the body? And if there's anything else that I can do. All right, thank you. Hi, Shelby. Nice to see you. Oh, good, Jessica. Oh my gosh, thank you. Totally resonates. Thank you. That's awesome. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Spot on. Just lost one of my gliders. Okay. I didn't realize it was you. Okay. Um, Thank you so much. Wow, that's awesome. You're welcome, Erin. Good. Okay. I got to everybody. How awesome is that? That was wonderful. I'm sorry about the sound. I am directly connected to the router, so hopefully you got. But either way, the video will be fine, I'm sure. Thank you so much for joining me. We will do this again. I'm definitely seeing some other in the camera. I don't know, pyramids. All right, we did it. What is today? Is it Sunday or is it Saturday today? It's Sunday. Not that it matters, right? Virtual right now. Please do because so please visit my what it is. So you don't have to use my schedule anymore. You don't have to email me anymore. Just go up right on my website. It's suzy-woo.com, and you could just from the drop down pick it and order it, and I'll email you right away, and then we'll schedule it. We'll make it happen. All right, guys. Yay, we did it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I guess that's it. I don't think I have anything else to add. Okay, big hug. I gotta give you a hug. Oops, where am I not gonna? Oh, there's water. I have water. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Love, light, healing. Healing. Go ahead and receive some healing energy right now. My hands are lit up, so it's on. Go ahead and receive this healing energy. Keep yourself strong. This is going to be a really interesting week coming up. This is a time to connect with your spirit guides, however it is that you label God. This is definitely a week to be in touch, open up to your own divinity, and sit back and watch as more and more truths are revealed. Everything's going to be fine. Stay in your heart. All righty. Good stuff. Okay, I'm out. Have a beautiful evening. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. And live a life that makes you want to say, woo! See you next time. Bye, guys.